This video will introduce you to searching for books in Koha, the library's online catalog. Now the first thing we have to do is actually get to Koha, and I'm going to show you how to do that from the college's homepage. So here we go, we're on Brewton-Parker College's homepage, which is www.bpc.edu. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, and over here on the right hand side you'll see library. So we're going to click on that, and that gets us to the library's homepage. Now you notice there are two options here. One, if you're on campus, Mount Vernon campus is the one you'd use. If you're off campus, then you'd use this one. But since I'm on campus, I'm going to go ahead and use this top link. And this gives us a whole lot of options here, different resources for you to use. The first one up here, search the library catalog, says it's Koha. That's what we're going to click to search in the catalog. You'll notice it says it works best in Google Chrome. That is true. I encourage you to use Google Chrome because it just looks a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and that's going to take us actually to the Koha page. So here's your Koha welcome page. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up here and do a keyword search. Now by default it is keyword even though it says library catalog. And what we're going to do is we're going to say that we're doing a paper on the Vietnam War. So I'm going to type that in. And you'll notice the Vietnam War is already down here. It kind of guesses what I'm going to be typing, and that's because that's what I've searched before. So we're going to go ahead and click go. Okay, and here's a list of books that we have, books and also DVDs and CDs if that applies. 203 of these are related to the Vietnam War. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click on the first option, the first book. And what it's going to do, it's going to take us to that book's record. So you notice here the book is called The Vietnam War Handbook of the Literature and Research. Right here underneath it are some identifying things. You'll notice that it's by James Stewart Olson, that's the author, and then other information here. The next thing you want to do is you want to figure out where it is on the shelf. Now you notice it's a reference work and it's located in the reference section of our library. That means it is not located in the circulating collection. If it was in the circulating collection you'd be able to check it out, but reference books are not available for checkout. The next thing you want to do is look over here at the call number. And the call number you'll notice starts with letters. Now you may be more familiar with a system called the Dewey Decimal System, and that uses just numbers, but we use what's called the Library of Congress system, and that has a combination of letters and numbers, and it basically works kind of alphabetically and then numerically. So for example, if you're walking through our shelves, you'll first see the A's, then the B's, C's, D's, and then you may see within the D's, DA, DB, DC, and then for example we get to DC, we get DC1, DC2, DC3, and so on. And you'll notice there are numbers and letters that may be skipped, but that's basically how it works. If you need any help though, just ask one of us staff members here at the library and we'll show you how it works and take you to the book. The next thing you have to check is whether it's available, because if it's not available you obviously cannot check it out. Now in this instance the reference works are always going to be available, but you'd want to definitely check this if it's a circulating book. Now the last thing I want to show you on this page is title notes. And this is really helpful because it gives extra information on the book, in this case the chapters of the book. So this can give you a better idea whether the book is actually useful to you. So I'm going to come up here and go back to results, and it's going to take me back to the result list of, once again, 203 results on the Vietnam War. Now we're going to go ahead and click Advanced Search. That's up here next to the List button, or below the List button. And you'll notice what it does is it opens up more search boxes. Now by default it's searching keyword. Again, you can also come down here and search title or author, but we're going to stick with keyword. And you notice there's more than one box. Now that's because they actually search with the connector term or Boolean term and. And to show that a little bit better, we'll go to more options right here, which is right next to the search box, and you'll notice that once again by default keyword, 3 boxes, and here are the terms that I'm talking about, and then you'll also notice there's or and not. And what those are Boolean terms. And what it does is it takes this term that you're going to turn in, this term that you're going to put in your first box, and it's going to connect them with the term that you're going to type in the second box. So it's going to say this term and this term both have to be in the book's record. If you use or, that would mean that this term or this term would be in the book's record. And this is good if you're looking at things that have similar names. So the example I like to give is if you would use global warming here or climate change, because they're similar. So that may be one of the ways you use or. Oftentimes, a lot of times, you'll really just use and. Now you'll also notice down here there are ways that we can refine our search. The big one right here, the first one that can be very helpful, is we can search within a certain publication date range. So like it said, you can do like everything published before 1987 or after 2008. So that can be very helpful if you only want recent books. But going back up here to searching, I'm going to type once again Vietnam War. And then in the second box, I'm going to say that I'm really doing my paper on how President Nixon reacted to the Vietnam War. So I'm going to type Nixon in. I'm going to go ahead and click search. And now you'll remember that I had 203 results in my last one. Now you notice I have 13. Because now it's focused my results to not only the Vietnam War, but also books that have to do with Nixon and the Vietnam War. So that's an introduction to searching in Koha. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks.